Well, hello everybody. I guess I was streaming and I didn't even know it. So, we've got 29 degrees here at the home office in Clinton, Missouri. Hello everybody. Valerie Miller. Hey sis. Hey, it's nice to see that you've got Facebook. I know who you are now. So you did a very good job. Hi, Catherine. Hopefully you're back in now. I was messing around trying to get a couple things set up on my software, and I guess I must have hit the record button. So anyway, we've got lots of things to talk about tonight. What you're actually seeing out here on the screen, as you notice, we're already starting to see some winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings, winter storm watches starting to light up out here on the west. This low pressure system that you're seeing right here at my cursor, actually this one that is right here, is going to be our weather maker for Friday. So, and I'm not expecting a lot. This is going to be system number 1 that will be coming in on Friday. I'm expecting maybe an inch. I'd say there might be 1 or 2 spots that might pick up 2 inches in west central Missouri. Most likely to get 2 inches or maybe just slightly better. It's going to be up around the Kansas City area and point just to the west of Kansas City. So most of west central Missouri, about an inch. It's going to be off and on snow showers, maybe even switched over to rain for a little while, and then back over to snow. So that was exactly. And it's not looking very impressive. However, this is setting up storm number 1 of 3 that's going to be affecting us here in west central Missouri starting Friday for about the next 10 days. Very, very active. It's like somebody turned on the light switch because these systems are lined up to the northwest, and it's just poised to sit there and make a run into the Midwest. So let's just take a look what's causing all this. So what we've got coming in on right here, you guys see where this dip is right here. That is the trough, that is the low pressure system that is going to be moving its way into the Midwest. That's going to be our weather maker for Friday. So as we set this into motion, and we are looking at the 500 millibar chart, which is 18,000 feet above our heads. But this gives us a great visualization of how these storm systems are going to rotate in and out of the country. So notice that low pressure system is going to be sitting down here in New Mexico, and then eventually make its way right up to that magic zone right here in the Four Corners. So as that does, it's actually going to start bringing in some more cold air from the north. And as this comes up through Saturday, we will be, the snow will be tapering off Saturday morning, and then we will be setting up for system number 2 coming in on Monday. And we will start seeing that dip down. As you notice, here's the dip. Here's another dip. So these storms are just lining up to hit us here in west central Missouri. So here is the powerhouse. Probably the strongest system as far as pressure And if you notice, look how close those isobars are. Very, very, very tight. This is actually going to be interacting with the jet stream this time. You remember the last couple 3 systems we had, they were from cut-off lows. They were away from the jet stream. Well, this is going to be tied to that jet stream, which is going to be pumping in moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, and we're going to have a solid line battle zone between the cold and the warm air. Now, what's going to make a difference on whether or not we get a major snowstorm from this? If everything plays out the way it is right now, I am seeing West Central Missouri getting hit with a moderate winter storm Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's actually going to be somewhere, and I'm not even going to be mentioning snowfall totals tonight, with the exception of Friday, what I'm expecting on Friday and Saturday. But for next week's storms, these models are all over the place, and I will show you some examples of that here in just a moment. If this has the same course as what you're seeing here on the screen, this would lead West Central Missouri into getting a moderate winter storm. If it moves just a little bit further north or a little bit further south, we could be talking something totally different. But I have been watching this on the less reliable models about 2 weeks ago, and they have all came into agreement. The last 3 or 4 days, the more accurate models begin to sample all the data, and now all the models are showing basically the same thing. I've never had that happen. I've never had, looking at a storm system 2 to 3 weeks out. If you guys remember, I set this up even well before Christmas, that somewhere around the 5th, 6th, we were going to get, that's when we first had our TSP go up. The 5th and 6th, well, it slowed down just a little bit, but it's the same storm system that I'm tracking. And now it's the 9th and 10th. It slowed down by 3 or 4 days. And now system number 3 is going to be coming in around the 14th and 15th of January. So we've got 2 big potential storm systems that will be coming in starting Friday all the way through around the 16th of January. Now, I'm going to keep this going here. So this is going in Tuesday and Wednesday. And notice it's also dropping some very cold Canadian air into our area on Tuesday and Wednesday, and even more cold air will be reaching the Midwest here around the 14th, 15th, and 16th. True Arctic air. So as we move this through, now we're looking at the 10th and 11th. We're still under that northwest flow. Another little dip had just went by on the 11th. Right where my cursor is at. Let me back it up just a little bit. You notice this little dip right here. That goes by, and here comes another powerhouse. Look at this. Coming in from the northwest, and we'll be pumping in some very cold temperatures, strong winds aloft, and the potential for yet another snowstorm, or I should say a winter storm, around the 15th and 16th. So very, very active next 10 days, guys. So, and I really enjoy following this when we get these series of storm systems. The most amazing part of all of this is the fact that over the last 2.5 weeks, it has stayed basically the same over the last 2.5 weeks. Now all the models are picking up on this. And again, that has never happened. I can't ever remember seeing a system being that far out, taking nearly the exact track according to all the models. So what is that saying? That's saying that there is pretty strong agreement that we are going to at least be close to be seeing a moderate to significant winter storm here in west central Missouri starting on the 9th through the 16th. Now, snowfall totals. So I'm not going to tell you what I think we're going to get from the 9th through the 16th. I will show you what some of the models are showing. But first, let's take a look at the snowfall. Let's take a look at for Friday. And again, I'm expecting most of west central Missouri to be getting right around the 1-inch mark by Saturday morning. There could be a few spots, isolated spots, that will get up to 2 inches of snow by Saturday morning. From basically St. Joe down through Kansas City, along the state line and points to the west, they stand the best potential to see 2-inch, possibly a few isolated amounts, a little bit more than that. Now let's take a look at some of the snowfall totals that some of these models are spitting out. Let's start with the GFS. And you guys will see exactly why we necessarily cannot go by snowfall totals from models this far in advance. As we go through our system on Friday and Saturday, it's basically showing anywhere between 2 to 4 inches of snow through west central Missouri. The temperatures are going to be fighting. We're going to be in the mid-30s. So it's going to take some very heavy snow in order to continue to pile up to be able to get to that mark. And I just don't see it happening. About 1 inch in west central Missouri. However, as we go to system number 2 and 3, now the models are showing, look at these totals, anywhere between 24 to 36 inches of snowfall. Now, I have seen a couple of these models being shown on social media. It's just not going to happen. We're not going to get 36 inches of snow. So if you see a map similar to what you're looking at right here, and they're saying potential for snowmageddon in Kansas and Missouri, this is the reason why you don't give in to the hype. These models typically do over-exaggerate the snowfall potential, and especially one that's a week to 10 days out. So now if let's go over to the, well, let's see, we're not going to be able to use the NAM, it's not that far out. Let's use the Canadian. Let's see what it's showing. Now it's showing through the 13th anywhere between 6 to 12 inches of snow for most of west central Missouri, and then a swath of 12 to 20 inches down south towards Springfield. So we've looked at two different models, two totally different snowfall forecasts, but then that's what I have to sit there and take a look at all these models and the similarities. And the take that we can get from these models is that they are consistent enough to show that West Central Missouri is likely going to have to deal with some travel issues and the potential for some accumulating snows and a moderate winter storm is very likely from the 9th through the 16th. That's my takeaway from looking at all of these models. As far as total snowfall, it's way too far out to be able to tell, being a week and 10 days out. But that's something we need to be weather aware of. So if anybody has any kind of travel plans, any meetings, anything like that from the 9th through the 16th, so please keep weather aware and monitor all the updates for the potential to have a very impactful winter storm to come through West Central Missouri. I'm going to take a look at chat here real quick. Hi, Misty. What time of day on Friday does it look like the snow? Last that I had looked at, it was around... It was going to be late morning. Let's take a look at that, Alan. Let's jump over to the HRRR model. And I'm going to go ahead and scale this down to our area. And right up here at the timestamp, Alan, right up here. The word no is in snow. Don't worry, Misty, I got TSP coming right up here in just a moment. I'm going to end our discussion with the new TSP. So stay tuned for that. So let's go ahead and let's fast forward this to Friday. And it's not going to get me quite till Friday. So let's look at the last time I looked, it was on the GFS. We'll take the latest model from the GFS and let's take a look. So Friday 3 a.m. we start 6 a.m. we start to see some snow showers. But it's not going to be until around 9 to 11 a.m. before some of the heavier bands will come in on Friday. And then we will begin to start to warm up. Like I said, we're going to be in the mid-30s on Friday. And that I feel like is going to be bringing down our totals where it's just going to be a nuisance. And again, I'm not expecting a big snow on Friday. And notice we kind of switch over around Henry County, Vernon County, Bates County, part of Johnson County, begin to kind of switch back over to a rain-snow mix. And then the last batch of snow will move through early Saturday morning and should be pretty much out of here by mid-morning on Saturday. So, and then as we go forward, we got some snow showers, some flurries Sunday, and then we get into Monday, and looks like right around late in the day on Monday, and the purple bands are heavy snow. And notice through Monday night, Tuesday, 3 a.m., bands of heavy snow. And then moves out by around 6 o'clock on Tuesday. Now we got some more snow showers coming in on the 12th. And then another dose of heavy snow on Sunday the 14th. We'll be moving across west central Missouri. So very, very active next 10 days, guys. So make sure you guys keep up with the updates. And again, I'm not expecting a whole lot of snow Friday into Saturday. However, for our Friday night commute, if you are out on the road, you kind of want to pay attention. There will probably be a few slick spots. Even with the inch of snow, we're going to be dealing with slick spots out on the road no matter what the temperature is. So make sure you give yourself plenty of time. Check out our website, subbyweathertalk.com. Take a look at MoDOT. Take a look at road conditions. Take it slow. Leave yourself plenty of time. So we will have that going on, and then Monday we will begin with system number 2. And obviously, as this continues to get closer to the weekend, I will continue to give updates on the potential for a very impactful storm to hit west central Missouri starting next Monday. So with that in mind, our new TSP is going to be the first time I have issued a multi-day teacher snow day probability for January 9th through 16th, and it sits now at 40%. So that is the highest TSP we've had so far this season, and it will likely be going up as we get closer to the weekend. The multi-day TSP signifies that I believe there's going to be more than one day from January 9th through 16th that we are going to be able to give our teachers a much needed snow day. And especially since they just got back in school. I know a couple teachers, I think they go back on the 9th. So this could extend your holiday vacation by a couple days maybe. So that's exciting. So, and as always, if anybody has any questions, feel free to shoot me a message. Let me know. I'll be more than happy. If you're going to be out on the road, I'll be more than happy to help you guys get where you're going. I will give you an idea when I expect the snow to start and stop where you're going. Feel free to message me, guys. I appreciate for those that have already, and I believe I am caught up with everybody's questions that they have sent me. If you haven't heard back from me, please message me again. I've had a pretty busy week last week, so I might have missed one or two of you, but I do believe I'm completely caught up. Oh, there you go, Alan. Now I'm going to have a PSD for passer snow day probability. I'm gonna have to throw that in the mix. Yeah, it's and you guys know how I feel about social media, and I have seen so many reports out there, so many pictures of the models that I just got done showing you guys about the snowfall potential, and it gets everybody excited. It gets everybody running out, getting bread and milk. But I'm a little bit hesitant right now because we're going to be in a battle zone between the temperatures. So, but I do believe it's strong enough right now where we need to get word out so that everybody can get prepared for a possible impactful storm for our area starting next week. So I'm going to stay on here just for a little bit in case anybody has any more questions. So shoot me a question on under the chat if you have one. Maybe I'll take a look at a couple of these other models here. I understand, Alan. Not that you would want to have a a a path or snow day and get all excited for that. My golly. Hey, Lucky. Been in Missouri here for 6 years. Can't believe that little snow we get will shut things down. Well, we lived an average of 25 feet a year. Now that will shut things down. Yeah, I bet it does. I bet it does. Oh, it's we've seen a lot of this just over. I'm 50. So back I was going to school back in the I'm an '80s kid, so we would get we hear this all the time. Back I didn't walk through 10 feet of snow to get to school, but we had several 6, 7, 8-inch snows during the year, and it would take a good solid 6 to 8 inches of snow to get school canceled. But now. With all the busing hidden out into the rural areas, just an inch or two of snow, and it's going to shut down a school easy. But man, the drivers are absolutely horrendous. I mean, we get a dusting of snow, and I've seen cars off in the ditch, and accidents happen. I'm a defensive driver myself, so I always watch the other drivers out there on the road, and I just can't believe how bad of drivers that we have out there right now. '50s. I'm in the '50s, sis. I like saying I'm in the '50s instead of 52. I seem a lot younger that way. So the National Weather Service blend of models are showing through about the 13th, 14th, show anywhere between 6 to 10 inches of snow in just about all of west central Missouri. And this is the National Weather Service blend of models. This is kind of an ensemble of many different models put together. Not all that accurate, and really, to be honest, when we come to the potential of seeing these kind of snowstorms or winter systems come through, really the NAM short term 60-hour model and the HRRR 18-hour model really should be the only two models to give a definite day and a half warning of what to expect, only because so many things have to be perfect for, say, west central Missouri to get 6 inches of snow. There's so many elements that it takes for us to get 6 inches of snow. And just, if one thing is missing, or one thing changes, or the system moves by 100 miles, we go from 6 inches of snow to no snow. And you guys know as well as I do, if you're calling for 6 inches of snow and you get 0, you're going to have a lot of angry people out there and a lot of wasted tax dollars out on the highways with all the salt. Misty talking about no one slows down when it's slick outside. I 100% agree with you. There for a while, for a few years, I was driving from Clinton to Harrisonville with a couple buddies going to work every day, and we'd have an ice storm, and there would be a 1/4 inch ice on the highways, and cars turned upside down, wrecks all over the place, and I'm going 15-20 mile an hour down 7 highway, and there would be a big lifted 4-wheel drive truck that would blow past me going 50 to 60 mile an hour, and it's not, once we make our way up about 3 or 4 miles, we see him off in the ditch on its side. I mean, I don't care if you have 4-wheel drive or not. In ice, there's nothing that can get through that ice. And I've seen so many accidents on the roadways from just people just not thinking. All right, if anybody has any other questions, feel free to message me, and I will get them answered. I will be updating. I'll be throwing out kind of a 4-day extended forecast out on the Facebook page here in just a little bit. So you guys, please keep up with the updates. I'd say probably my next broadcast, I will probably be doing Friday morning early. So Friday morning, I will plan. This will probably be right around the 5:30 to 6 a.m. time frame, and I will make sure to get an update. We'll take a look at road conditions. We'll take a look if anything had changed for the morning commute for Friday, and we'll probably just take a quick look at what the storm system number 2 for Monday and Tuesday is looking like. But I probably won't do that until Saturday night or Sunday morning, and I will have kind of an extended I'll probably do an extended live version on Sunday morning, so that everybody will have plenty of time to know what's going on for next week and what the impacts will be for here in West Central Missouri. So right now, next live broadcast Friday morning between 5:30 and 6 a.m. Hopefully that's going to be before everybody hits the road, and so that you guys can chime in and know what's going on before you guys hit the highways for the Friday commute. Missy talking about a wife being pushed off by MoDOT one year on 23 between Whiteman and, I'm assuming, and WW Highway. She had never been the same since. Reported it to MoDOT, to their safety department. Yeah, and I tell you, for the most part, and I know a lot of guys that work with MoDOT, and majority of them, Missy, are they're very conscious about that. But I do know a couple that they feel like that you are to stay behind them, even if they're going 20 mile an hour, you're to stay behind them. You try to stay in front of them or try to pass them, and they They do. They get a little bit upset, and they will. I've seen it, and I've heard stories about that. But for the most part, the MoDOT guys they're out there all night long pushing snow, and I'd say probably a few of them been with MoDOT for several years, and they're tired and they're irritable, and I don't even like to get around them actually out on the highway because you never know. But I have heard stories similar to that as well. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night, and I will be putting up an extended forecast in our Facebook group and also on social media. And I will be talking to everybody bright and early Friday morning between 5:30 and 6 a.m. to give you the latest update on the storm system that will be affecting us on Friday. 15 foot from the culvert. Oh, that's scary, Missy. Especially when you got those snow plows. Man, they're big vehicles. 39 years of school bus driving. Yep. My mom also, she retired from school bus driving here several years ago. So they, it's and a lot of people they moan and groan trying to find babysitters. I know what a hardship sometimes that is to try to find babysitters for the kids when school is canceled because of snow, and it's frustrating because you still have to go to work, and the roads aren't bad that you take. The highways are pretty well cleared. We only got an inch or two of snow, but you know as well as I do that those rural routes and those buses going up and down the gravel roads and the hills, you're not just dealing with 2 inches of snow. You're dealing with snow drifts, and that's the last thing we want to do is put our kids' lives at stake out there for this. That's why they include snow days in with the school calendar. So if there's any question at all, let's just go tomorrow. Why put our kids into that situation? And I know it's frustrating as a parent because we have to drop everything, try to find somebody where the kids can stay, and it is a royal pain in the butt. But we do it for the safety of all the kids, and we do it to give our teachers a snow day that is very well deserved. For all of those overworked, underpaid teachers out there, I salute you. I was in your shoes just for one day, and I had enough of it. And that's all I want to do. So, all right, guys, everybody have a great night. And again, I'll be talking to you guys on Friday morning, bright and early, with the live broadcast on all of our social media platforms. Have a great